Why do so many people with master numbers not seem to act like master numbers? Why do they just seem like ordinary people and don't really amount to much in life? This is because master numbers carry the most energy out of all the numbers in numerology. And so master numbers, they have it the hardest. Yes, they have the most potential out of all the other numbers, but they have it the most difficult. It's because master numbers, they go through the most pressure in life. They go through experiences that either makes them or it breaks them. Not everybody is mentally tough enough to handle certain situations in life. And master numbers, they tend to get the biggest tests in life. Here's a great example of this. Malachi York. He's a master number 33. He's currently serving a 135-year prison sentence. Even though he has a very unfortunate fate, he accepted his fate. Before he even got locked up, years before, he said that eventually the government was going to turn his people against him, and eventually he was going to get either murdered, like assassinated, or they're going to throw him in jail. He predicted his whole entire fate. Same thing with XXXTentacion. XXXTentacion, master number 33, he predicted his death as well. Master numbers have very difficult lives. DMX, master number 29, it's amazing how that man was still able to function mentally with the level of shit he went through as a child. It's amazing how successful he was able to become. But master numbers, they usually go through the most shit out of all numbers. And this will either make them or it will break them. And so master numbers, their lives usually end up looking very unsuccessful or very successful. In order to use a strong ability, you have to be a strong person. I don't know those of you who have watched Naruto, but this is how master numbers act like. If you know the tailed beast in Naruto, you understand that Jinchurikis are people that would hold tailed beast, and not everybody's body could contain a tailed beast. And so if you put the tailed beast in somebody whose body couldn't really contain it, they would just self-destruct, or they would end up dying, or something wrong would end up happening. This is exactly how master numbers are. A lot of people cannot handle the energies like this. Same thing with the number 9. This is why the number 9, even though it's the highest number, and these people, they contain the energies of all the other numbers. 9 is a very difficult number to work with. You guys gotta think, the master number 11 is still a 2. The number 2 is numbers of emotions. And so yes, 11s have very strong wills, but they're still 2s. The number 2 has the lowest self-esteem out of all the numbers because 2s are cooperative. They're very sensitive. They can't separate their emotions from the emotions of others. They can't separate their thoughts from the thoughts of others. And so a lot of 2s tend to spend their entire lives just appealing to other people's emotions because they feel emotionally connected to others. And so they hate seeing people discomforted. And so a lot of 11s act like 2s. And they live life on eggshells because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. And a lot of them can't find the courage within themselves to express themselves if they know that they're going to hurt someone's feelings. 11s have a strong desire to express their feelings. But a lot of them can't do it because they're just so, like, humans are emotional creatures. I would say that life path 11s, they have it the hardest when it comes to mentally, because this is a very emotional number. And so a lot of them, until they can learn how to master their emotions, a lot of 11s, they end up just being doormats to other people and they never end up expressing themselves. An 11 who doesn't express themselves, and an 11 who doesn't show their creativity, and that doesn't take all the stuff that's going on inside of them and apply it physically, the world's never going to be able to see how great that they are. For the number 22, the number 22 reduces to a 4. And so 22s, they crave stability. And people that crave stability, they like comfort, they like familiarity, they hate change. And so the reason why a lot of 22s are never able to become the master builders, The reason why they're not able to act on that double 2 energy, because the number 2 represents the subconscious mind. This is why number 22 is the most powerful number. Because in tarot, the 22nd card is called the Fool, which represents the number 0. And 0 represents infinite potential. 22 is the most powerful match number. But because they're 4s and they crave stability and comfort, a lot of 22 4s, they never end up amounting to their full potential because they're trying to cling on to comfort. In order to be great, you have to embrace being uncomfortable. When it comes to the number 33, you guys have great healing abilities. Just being in the presence of a 33 can heal you. Especially when a 33 really taps in and harnesses on their energy, they can write books that can heal people. They can make music that heals people. They can be a social media influencer, and people just watching their videos, and they just feel better just because they watched that 33's video. Even if what the 33 is saying is bullshit. But just 33s have a very healing ability. But because 33s are 6s, that 6 factor can hold them back. Because 6 is the number of service. The 6 part of the number 33 makes them need to be loved. And so 6s, a lot of them, their family holds them back from success in life, because 6 is the number of the tribe. It's the number of family. It's the number of love. It's the number of bonding. 33s, they need love. And so if they have a very toxic family that's very needy, that toxic family could hold the 33 back from the greater purpose. 33's biggest problem is their heart. It's their relationships that hold them back from truly being great, because 33s will pour their all into their family. They'll pour their all into their relationships. For those of you who have 33s in your life, y'all know this to be true. But as a 33, you can't allow your family to sabotage your higher purpose, because then you're going to develop resentment and you're going to grow to hate your family and hate those people. As a 33, learn to love yourself first, because a lot of 33s, because they're 6s, they feel like if people don't need them, then they're useless. Or if they're not meeting the needs of others, they're useless. No, as a 33, don't allow your love for somebody else to hold you back from being great. 33s tend to be blocked and held back by their relationships. Man.